Hello again. Today we're going to look at the advanced agent panel experience in Landis Contact Center and take a look at all the features that are available and how you can give your agents the best possible set of tools so they can deliver a good caller experience. Now, it's important to note that obviously Landis is incredibly integrated into Microsoft Teams, and what that means for call handling is a call handling experience that is a regular Teams call that they can answer using normal Teams call controls like they would be familiar with in their day-to-day. However, depending on the types of tasks that your agents are doing, they might benefit from having their own dedicated call handling client that incorporates some other tools, and that's what we're going to look at today with the advanced agent experience. So first of all, one thing that you'll note is this is a dedicated application or client. It's available as a web app or a desktop app. I'm going to take you through some sample configurations and talk about some tools that might be helpful, but this is incredibly customizable and modular. So you can lay your screen out to best fit your agents and the types of calls that they're handling and put the right information on screen for them. All right, so let's go through some of the different options here. And first of all, you're going to notice some blank panels that will light up as I bring a call in and we actually take a live call. Before I do that, you will notice obviously Teams Presence is linked to my regular Teams account, so that mirrors here. And you'll notice a Landis Contact Center queue, sign in and sign out, and status change right here at the bottom. So again, we're trying to centralize and bring everything together in one pane of glass as much as possible. So they can sign themselves into the queue, they can make themselves available, and now they're ready to take calls. So we'll bring a call in here, and I'll kind of talk you through some of the different options. Now, this is laid out for a user to receive calls and handle the caller. So there's going to be very little call, answer, and transfer functionality that is detailed on this screen, since this user typically will not be transferring a lot of calls. However, I do have my contact search here where I can search and transfer to any contact, if I can type. I can also have a list of my favorite transfer groups and click on individuals there. But a large part of this is going to be taken up by the call itself on the call handling screen here. I can see that this call is being recorded. If I have a recording policy that allows me to pause the recording, I can do that here. I can put the caller on hold, of course, if I wanted to, and retrieve again. A few other things that you'll notice in the window, obviously when you saw the call ringing in, the call pop immediately displayed. And this is showing from Dynamics, but again, completely customizable, whether it's Salesforce or ServiceNow or HubSpot, any of your major CRMs, or really any CRM that has a accessible database can be linked here so that when the call comes in, it's pulling the customer's information up on screen for the agent to see. There's also a panel here at the bottom that is dedicated to shortcut icons. The idea here is to bring together, as an agent takes a call, those things that they're doing while they're on the phone with someone, looking up information, loading web URLs, loading ticket windows, whatever the case is for your agents, we can distill that down to a single button press. So they have the documentation that they need. They can transfer to other departments if they need to. Just shortcut icons here to really speed up any part of their workflow. Again, we want to minimize the amount of time that an agent is silent while they're looking up information or trying to find things. Having everything there right in front of them with a one click can really speed up their workflow. And then right here in the middle, there's a number of really interesting and helpful items. First of all, I can write a note about this caller. Maybe I interacted with them and it was a difficult customer, so I'm going to make a note of that so that next time they call in, right here in front of me, it will display that note, and this note can share with the other contact center agents as well. I also have closed captioning that is tracking the full transcription for this entire call. Now, in this case here, I have one side muted, so it's only showing one side of the conversation, but typically it would showcase the agent and the caller's transcription back and forth, so you can clearly see who said what. But more helpful than that even is what we call AI prompts. And you can initiate any type of AI prompt for your agents to do any number of tasks. And I'll just show you a few examples, and you can kind of use your creativity to think about what type of AI prompt would be most helpful in your environment. So one of the things AI prompts can do is listen for key pieces of information and surface that on screen. So for example, if I am collecting the customer number from this caller and I ask for it and they say, yeah, the customer number is 7724689. It is listening for that, and when it hears that, it'll surface it on screen so that I see that there for the rest of the call. And this can be used for other pieces of information as well. Anything that's relevant that you wanted to display on screen, it can serve as a reminder to the agent that there's still data that they should be collecting, or it can just make it easy for data entry into the CRM if that is collected and visible to them as the call proceeds. This can be done. You can write prompts for at the end of the call to coach the agent on how they did, to rate the call. And also, one of the things that we love AI for is its ability to distill and summarize a lot of data into a more digestible paragraph or sentence. And you can do that with the call summary. And when the call is completed, or I can run the prompt at any time, it can give a detailed or simplistic, however you write it, but a summary of the interaction that this agent can pass along to a colleague or can save to CRM. Now, there's also another step to this, and that is the webhooks that are available for all of these prompts that can automate this posting process, automatically take the call summaries and post them to a CRM or a database or some other sort of flow that you might have for these calls. So lots of different ways that you can go with this. I mean, the key important part here is being able to surface data and an AI that is listening to the conversation and can extract certain pieces of data and surface it on screen for the agent and save elsewhere if you have a need for that. This is also helpful with my call history. I can look back on a call that took place previously and I can see the CRM data or the transcription data or any of the other prompts that I had saved there. So if, as an agent needs to go back and look at the details for a call they took an hour ago, that information is there and they can easily see the summary of that interaction. Now, one other thing that is might be helpful for the agent is being able to answer some wrap-up questions when the call is completed. So I've finished with this caller, I can disconnect from the call, and immediately the wrap-up questions will present. This allows the agent to categorize this call as to what it was about. So we're going to say the call went great, customer is satisfied, and we're going to say they were calling about server management. And as soon as I click finish, it'll then disappear and put me back in the queue to receive the next call. So again, a panel that is highly modifiable and able to be laid out exactly how your agents are going to most benefit from, and making sure that they have the information in front of them that is going to allow them to deliver a clean and elevated customer experience.